Today is the day when I feel like I'm ready to review my favorite toy ever, the Fujifilm XT4.
This camera has been with me for the last 15 months now. I put her through a lot of hard work. It was hard for me, not for her. She smashed the job every time. If it was any issue, hands down, it was almost always user error on my part. Let's just start with the look of the camera. The build quality is absolutely fantastic. It doesn't just look premium, it feels amazing in your hands too. If you walk about with her, you will see heads turning, I promise. The XT4 is arguably one of the best value for money hybrid camera that is currently available on the market, meaning it's great for taking still images and videos as well. But unfortunately, when it comes to recording audio, I have to say the internal microphone of the XT4 is not great. It's probably even worse than a smartphone's mic, but there is an easy fix. With a little investment, you can buy a shotgun mic, attach it to your camera, and you're ready to shoot. Two very important quick tips here. For best audio quality, you have to lower the internal mic level within the camera to around -27 dB and adjust the shotgun mic's level manually. And when you get a new camera or a new microphone, you always have to make sure to monitor your audio while recording. Always. On the XT4, you can monitor your audio by using a little dongle cable which came with your camera when you purchased it. It's a little USB-C to 3.5mm jack cable. You simply attach it to a charging port on the camera and then plug in your headphones. When it comes to recording videos, there are a few things to think about. First, you will need a fast SD card to make sure recording in 4K won't be an issue. There are 2 SD card slots on the XT4. Also, you have to have a strong enough computer to deal with the Fuji files, as they can be tricky to edit without making proxies. One of Fuji's strengths is in the beautiful colors it can produce. The built-in color profiles will give you plenty to work with for both stills and videos. You can of course shoot raw images and videos in F-Log for more flexibility in post-production, but I have to say, shooting JPEGs on Fuji cameras is super underrated. It's fast, it's fun, and the images look amazing straight out of the camera. And the same goes for videos. You can for example use Eterna for warmer, movie-like look. The XT4 is the first camera in the XT line that has an inbuilt stabilization called IBIS. 70mm handheld, and then I zoom all the way out to 300mm. There's the bus coming in, still handheld. Let's turn on the IBIS real quick. Check it out, handheld. It's amazing, isn't it? At 300mm. Pretty good. It works like magic for stills, giving you up to 6.5 stops of stabilization when you combine it with an OIS lens. But it has its limitations too, especially when you're recording videos. If you want smoother shots, you have to think about getting a slider or a gimbal, or maybe shooting in slow-mo. Now let's move on to the battery. It has been improved dramatically from previous Fuji cameras like the XT4. For example, if you're planning to shoot all day, 2 batteries will get you covered. Not to mention, if you plug in an external charger into your XT4, while the camera is turned on, it will use the charger to power the camera. While it's turned off, the battery will be charged. It's a cheap solution for an all-day shooting. Another important side note here, you have to make sure to get the right 25-watt fast charger. Because if it's too strong, like a 45-watt super fast charger, then the camera will charge while it turned off, but it won't be able to power it while shooting. And if it's too weak, then it simply won't charge it at all. The XT4 comes with its own charger and cable, which you can also use to power up your camera while you're shooting. But there's 2 issues with that. First of all, you have to be close to a power source, and second of all, you cannot monitor your audio while you're charging your camera while shooting, because there's only one USB-C connection into your camera, and that's used for charging and monitoring audio. Now let's look at the LCD flippy screen. Its flexibility makes it possible to check your composition from all angles, including being in front of the camera. Although it doesn't have the greatest brightness or sharpness, but it's extremely practical and easy to use. It has a touchscreen, which is not the most responsive type, but it's still better than the GoPro 9's touchscreen. There are shortcuts you can use on the screen, like swipe up or down, left or right, but also most of the buttons on the XT4 are customizable too. I quickly show you here. If you press and hold the back button, you're straight into the customization menu, where you can set any button to do anything you want. I, for example, set the up button to quickly switch to slow-mo recording, or left button to activate self timer while taking stills. Now let's talk about autofocus. I have to say I have no complaints here whatsoever. Even third-party autofocusing lenses like the Viltrox work very, very well. Of course, there is the occasional focus hunting while recording videos, which gets worse if you shoot in the dark. Fuji's autofocus isn't as good as Sony's, for example, but it's still very, very good. And don't forget, the XT4 is only half the price of the A7 IV, which only came out recently, or 1/3 of the price of the A7S III. And even if autofocusing is the most important thing for you, With the Fuji X-T4 you're getting a really good value for money. And when it comes to taking stills, just like the IBIS, the autofocus does a perfect job. The available lens selection for the Fuji X-mount system is already pretty good with a wide range of native Fuji lenses, but new ones are added to it continuously. Not to mention that along with some third-party autofocusing lenses like the Viltrox, there are plenty of great cheap manual focus lenses available for the X-mount as well, making the investment in the Fuji system future-proof.
In conclusion, I have absolutely no regrets buying into a Fuji system. The X-T4 is a powerful camera that delivers top quality for both videos and stills. It has a good stabilization, very good autofocus and top-notch design. In my opinion, the X-T4 is still one of the best value for money hybrid cameras on the market in 2021. If you have any question, please ask away. It really helps me out if you comment on my videos or hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more, then consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.